right, you lot, I think you know the drill. Turn off your cellies, don't flash your cameras, and if you need to use the loo, please exit quietly during the applause. Now shush, or you're going out in the doghouse. Enjoy the show.
Once upon a time, there was a lovely young lady with long golden curls and a pretty little mouth that reminded people of a pink butterfly. She lived in London and her father was a very fine lawyer.
I think I knew her.
You don't know any such thing. Go on, Wendy, tell us more.
One day, an invitation arrived at the beautiful young lady's house.
Was it to a party?
It was to a fancy dress ball, I think.
You're both right, of course, because a fancy dress ball is a party.
There, you see?
A party could have just meant a silly birthday party for a child.
John, Michael, quit arguing. Your mother will come in and that'll be the end of the story.
It'll be all John's fault.
Michael.
Well, it will.
Oh, go on, Wendy. Did the beautiful young lady go to the ball?
She did, and all the men adored her. She danced every dance, and 3 men asked to escort her home. One was a judge, one was a member of parliament, and one was a dashing actor who was appearing in a new play.
Which did you choose?
She didn't choose any of them.
Then who escorted her home?
Well, the judge, the parliament member, and the actor were arguing over who was going to escort the beautiful young lady home. A banker named George Darling held a handsome carriage and slipped in right beside the beautiful young lady. And by the time they had arrived at her house, they had fallen madly in love.
Did they get married?
Of course not, silly.
They married and had 3 children. The oldest was named Wendy.
And then came John.
And last but not least, Michael.
And we mustn't forget Nana.
Our dear sweet nurse.
I'm going to go check on the children.
Someone's coming.
Nana, are you still awake? And are your charges all sleeping quietly? I thought I heard voices. Shh! You mustn't wake the children. They had a very busy day today and were terribly wound up after dinner. I was afraid they weren't going to sleep at all. Oh, what's this? Do you know this young creature? It says, "The boy who never grew up." He looks vaguely familiar.
That's because he says he's met you, Mother.
Are you still awake, Wendy?
So are we.
Blabbermouth. Now we'll have cold pork for breakfast.
You'll have no such thing. But do tell me who this is.
His name's Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
And he lives in Neverland.
Where there are Indians and pirates.
They're the most wonderful battles. They fight all the time.
Wendy, what have you been telling your brothers? A little imagination goes a long way with young boys.
I'm not making it up, Mother.
Peter stops by every so often.
Oh, have you seen him?
Well, no. But Wendy has.
Haven't you, Wendy?
Of course. He flies in every so often just to check on us. Well, actually, he wants us to come and play, but I have to tell him no.
And how does this Peter Pan get in? He doesn't use the front door like a proper young man?
He flies through the window.
Oh, I see. And why haven't we been told about an intruder?
Well, I didn't think you'd believe me.
A few too many sweets tonight, I'm afraid.
But he's real, isn't he, Wendy?
Oh, he's as real as any of us.
Someday I go to battle with him.
Don't forget about me. I can wield a bigger sword than you.
You'll have to leave battles till morning. Right now, snuggle under the covers and close your eyes. That's right. Close your eyes, my babies, and sleep. And Peter Pan, the boy who never grew up, I hope you're safely tucked away where your parents can keep their eye on you. Whatever is that?
It's not a whatever, it's a who.
How did you get up here?
I flew, of course. Wouldn't you? I mean, You're 3 stories up.
Oh, I must have had too many sweets tonight.
Tink says you better sit down. You look a bit pale.
Who's Tink?
Tinkerbell, my faithful little companion. And I like you too, Tink.
Just what is it you want, young man?
I'm no man, young or old. I'm a boy. Just a boy. See, I've got all my first teeth. And I shall be a boy forever and ever and ever.
The boy who never grew up.
Tink, no!
No, it's all right, Nana. It's all right.
Down, girl, down! Or I'll just send an arrow straight in your heart.
You wouldn't dare.
And just why wouldn't I?
Well, Nana wouldn't have to fly. No, down, Nana, down.
What? Did you see that? She's got my shadow! Give it back! Give it right back!
You best be on your way.
I want my shadow back! I'll be back for it, I will!
Oh, no, you fool!
What is it, Mother? Why is Nana barking?
Oh, just a bird lost its way and flew in through the window.
Was it a beautiful bird?
Yes, a very beautiful bird. But it's gone now, so it's time to go back to bed.
Southern Nana, the tickles. Your turn.
I'm too big for all of that. Nana knows I've washed behind my ears. Oh, stop that! I'll need another bath if you keep that up.
Oh, you ought to see Mother and Father. They look like they belong on the top of a wedding cake.
I wish I could go to a party.
You wouldn't like it at all, you silly goose. It would be all good evening, and how are you tonight, Lady Carmichael?
Why, Lord Ashbury, I'm flattered you remember my name. I'm very well indeed.
Looks like they'll be practicing to take over for you tonight, Mrs. Darling.
Oh, they're welcome to it. I don't really want to go.
Why not, Mother?
Oh, I don't know. Just a funny feeling I have. I'd feel much better staying home tonight. But it's the father's business, and that comes first.
Don't you worry, Mrs. Darling. Nana and I will see to the children.
Oh, I know that.
And we aren't going anywhere.
Except to bed.
We won't if we fight pirates or Indians.
Now, we wouldn't want that.
Mother, the carriage is waiting.
I must say goodnight, my darlings.
We are that indeed, Mrs. Darling.
Wendy, take care of your brothers.
Of course I shall.
And John, watch over Michael.
Must I?
Yes. And Michael, obey his sister.
I won't, of course.
Then you'll have Nana to answer to.
Mother, we can't be late.
Take care, my darlings.
Oh, and have a wonderful time. And remember what everyone is wearing, so you can tell me tomorrow.
Now to know everything you had to eat.
Well, I've got to finish in the kitchen, Nana. You're in charge.
You don't have to go to sleep right away, do we, Wendy?
Well, I'm not sure.
It's only just dark. We've time for you to tell us a story.
Yes, tell us about the pirates.
Oh, but pirates are so wicked.
That's why I like them.
They tie your hands behind your back and make you walk the plank. And then they toss you into the ocean and the sharks come and have you for supper.
Do they really do that, Wendy?
Oh, they do. And sometimes they tie you to a cannonball and stuff you down a cannon and then blast you through the sky.
Never seen a pirate do that.
Who's there?
Nana, stop that! You'll make Liza mad!
Rush, you big ball of fur!
And just what's going on in here, Nana? Everything looks as normal as can be. Now shush! You're going out in the doghouse.
Did you see him?
See who? I didn't see anyone.
Just me.
Nana, stop it this instant!
You don't want to get stuck at the doghouse, do you?
There's no one out there, not a soul.
Nana, look what you've done!
Did you break any bones?
Takes more than a ball of fur to break Liza, laddie. And that's it. Nurse or no nurse, you're going outside. I can't abide by that racket. I warned you good and proper, and I know that the children are as safe as can be in their own beds. Now come along, you big brute.
Well, that's a fine how do you do.
And how do you do too?
Who are you?
Just me. Peter Pan.
Just I, you mean.
I? Me? Who might you be?
Wendy, Moira, Angela, darling.
Well, la-dee-da.
Have you come to make us walk the plank?
I'm no pirate, but I've got a few pirates who are my best enemies.
Where do you live, Peter Pan?
Second star to the right and then straight on till morning.
Well, that's a silly address. How would the mailman be able to deliver your letters?
Don't get any letters.
But your mother must get
Don't got a mother. Never had one and don't need one. So there!
Who tucks you in at night?
Me, myself, and I.
Who gets you porridge in the morning?
Me, myself, and I.
Who makes you take your medicine when you're sick?
Me, myself, and I.
May I ask you something, Peter Pan?
You certainly are full of questions.
What are you looking for?
My shadow.
And what would your shadow be doing in a room without you?
That bear you keep in here tore it off the other night.
Nana's not a bear.
She's just a very big doggy.
I don't care if she's a hippopotamus with 3 eyes. I want my shadow back.
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea where it is.
Who's that?
Tinkerbell. She's a very beautiful fairy. Do you know where my shadow is, Tink? You do? Well, of course I do. In there?
Is this it? Yes, I think it would do quite nicely. Would you like me to sew it on?
I should like it very much.
I dare say it might hurt a bit.
I won't cry. Peter Pan never cries.
I say, you are brave.
Especially for someone so young.
How old are you?
I won't lie. I am young. But I don't know how young. You see, I ran away the day I was born.
Why ever would you do that?
I heard my father telling my mother what I'll become when I grow up to be a man. But I don't want to grow up to be a man. I don't want to grow up, period. I just want to be a boy and have fun. So I ran away to Kensington Gardens. And that's where I met Tinkerbell and the other fairies.
Where do fairies come from?
You won't tell anyone?
Cross my heart and hope to die.
Then I'll tell you. When the first baby laughed, its laugh broke into 1,000 pieces, and they all went skipping about. And that was the beginning of fairies.
Do you still live with them in Kensington Gardens?
Only sometimes. Most of the time I live with the Lost Boys.
Who are they?
They're the children who follow their baby carriages when the nanny's looking the other way. If they're not reclaimed in 7 days, they're sent to Neverland to defray the expense of keeping them.
Neverland?
But sometimes they get tiresome.
Why?
They want me to tell them stories. But I don't know any stories. We don't have anyone who can tell stories to us.
Where do you get those stories?
There. Now, Peter, see if that suits you.
Why, it's better than before. You certainly are a very handy person to have about, Wendy.
Thank you, Peter. But I think it's about time you head back to your Lost Boys and these two went to sleep.
Can you really tell stories?
Oh, wonderful stories about the sultans of Arabia and the pharaohs of Egypt.
And Cinderella and Snow White too.
What's that, Tink? Those stories don't sound stupid at all. I think they sound wonderful.
Oh, Tinkerbell doesn't like stories?
She says she only hates stories you tell.
That's not very fair. They're splendid stories, really.
Then come with me to Neverland and tell stories to the Lost Boys.
Oh, but what about John and Michael?
Oh, they can come too. Of course we have room, Tink. There's always room in Neverland.
Will there be pirates and Indians?
Of course.
Oh, but there won't be any nasty fighting, will there?
No, Tink, there won't be any fighting. There's never any fighting in Neverland.
Well, in that case.
Well, maybe a little bit.
All right, then I'll go.
Oh, but what about Mother and Father? Won't they miss us?
You can come back whenever you like. Please, Wendy, come with us to Neverland. You can be our mother and tell us stories and mend our socks.
Well, I suppose I better bring my sewing kit.
How do we get to Neverland?
There's only one way. We fly. Tink, sprinkle them with fairy dust. Tink, I'll put your house on the pirate ship if you don't do as I say.
Oh, it's wonderful.
I feel so light.
But we're 3 stories up.
Don't worry. Think happy thoughts and you'll fly like a bird.
I'll think of a beautiful dress and a magnificent gold carriage.
I'm thinking about my birthday, and cake, and ice cream, and presents.
I'm thinking of.
Hurry, Michael, you won't know the way if you don't hurry.
I'm thinking of Christmas, and candy and candles.
Oh, look at London. It's all aglow.
I've never seen such a beautiful sight.
I've never seen it from up here before.
Oh, Peter, don't fly so fast.
Sorry, if you lose me, just ask any bird to point out second star to the right and then straight on till morning.
Can't you be quiet?
The twins make noise even in their sleep, Toodles. You know that.
Did not stop so sudden.
We were watching for pirates behind us.
That's all well and good, but if they're hiding, they sure know we're here now.
Oh, I wish Peter would get home. Where could he have gone to? He'll be back. He said he had important business to attend to. But what if the pirates attack?
We'll fight them to the death, right?
Till our last breath. Take on 2. No, 3 at a time.
And no one can live after being eaten with this.
Oh no! What was that?
Pirates!
A-pirating we go, and if we're parted by a shot, we're sure to meet below.
So where be the young'uns you saw, Smee?
Well, now, I did see 'em.
And I smell 'em.
Aye, they be near here someplace.
Hiding behind a bush or a branch.
And what do we do when we find 'em?
Well, now, I suppose we leave that to the captain.
She'll stream to the yards are.
Maybe draw and quarter 'em.
That hurts, darkly.
Oh no!
Did you hear something?
Well, now, I do think.
They're here, all right.
Come out, wherever you be.
We got a nice big surprise for the likes of you youngins.
Well, now, do you hear that?
Get him, girls!
Get off of the youngins are hiding.
Stop it! Your hands off me! What are you doing, you idiots?
Captain Hook! Captain Hook, we're over here!
And if you don't keep your hands off me, I'm going to boil your gizzards for my supper!
Well now, if it isn't Captain Hook.
Yes, it's Captain Hook! And just what are you idiots up to?
It's the Lost Boys, ma'am. They're hiding here. Someplace.
We thought you'd be one of them.
Do I? Captain Jane Hook, pirate extraordinaire. Look like I'm lost!
Well now, for a minute there, absolutely not, Captain Hook, ma'am.
But the Lost Boys be here someplace, ma'am. The hairs in my nose are twitching. They always twitch when the Lost Boys is near.
Then Peter Pan must be nearby as well. Perhaps this would be a good place to lay an ambush, and I can be rid of that bragging with the horsewhip once and for all. What's that?
It's the Indians, ma'am. It sounds like they're on the warpath.
Maybe they're looking for the Lost Boys too.
Nah, they be looking for us.
Aye, we stole some of their blankets.
What did you do that for?
Well, the nights be getting cold, ma'am, and our pookies be freezing.
Then we stand and fight! An easy prey for us.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock,
what's
tick
wrong?
tock, tick
Oh
tock,
dear,
tick
oh
tock,
dear,
tick
it's that
tock,
crocodile.
tick tock,
He
tick
sure puts a
tock,
lot of
tick
effort into
tock,
following
tick
you,
tock,
Captain Hook.
tick
He
tock,
thought my
tick
hand was so
tock,
tasty.
tick tock,
He's one of the rest of me ever since.
tock, tick
At least you swallowed that cough. Good thing it gives you a warning.
Tick tock,
Oh, Captain,
tick
what do we
tock,
do?
tick tock, tick
Retreat!
tock, tick tock, tick tock,
Oh, blimey, we better run for it too.
tock, tick tock, tick
Well,
tock,
now,
tick
I
tock,
don't think
tick
he's
tock,
after anyone but the
tick
cat.
Tick tock, tick.
Hey, you old croc. What's the matter? We ain't good enough for you?
Tick tock, tick
I take
tock,
that as a real
tick
insult.
tock, tick tock, tick tock,
Say now.
tick tock, tick tock,
What's this?
tick
Almost a great shot, great big little panther.
Almost only counts for horseshoes stuttering chipmunk.
We can catch them, Father. Princess Tiger Lily is right.
We can capture the pirates once and for all. And stake them out in the hot sun.
They'll dry up like animal hides.
Then we can cover our teepees with them.
Noble idea, but we must be careful.
The Lost Boys are around here somewhere. They might attack at any moment.
Shh.
That was close.
They're itching for a fight.
I hope they didn't hear my teeth chattering.
Or my knees knocking. Oh gosh, we're safe now.
They've come a long way around the island.
We can sit back and relax.
Oh, I wish Peter would get back. I really, really do. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Peter, where are you?
Oh, you're such a baby, Curly. We can take care of ourselves.
Still, it's much safer when Peter is here.
Well, he's not. So there.
There what?
Just so there. Look there.
It's Tinkerbell.
Where
being chased by a huge bird?
You're to shoot down the bird, Toodles.
But Peter doesn't like to shoot down anything.
Well, she said you better do it.
Or Peter will be very, very angry.
Look! There's the bird!
That doesn't look like a bird.
Why, that looks like... a lady!
Come on, let's see what it is.
It is a lady. Tink told me to shoot!
She said it was a bird.
Well, she's the prettiest bird I've ever seen.
I wonder where she's from.
Someplace wonderful.
Greetings, boys. I'm back. Why aren't you all cheering? Great news. I brought a mother for you all. Haven't you seen her? She was flying this way.
We saw her, Peter.
And Tink said, she said, I was to shoot her down. So I did.
Tink! Tink! Where are you? What is the meaning of this? It isn't funny, Tink. You know Toodles is the best with a bow and arrow. Now look at Wendy. You wake her up this instant. Now, Tink.
Oh, Wendy. We thought you were a gunner.
What happened?
He shot you down! And I'm very, very sorry, ma'am.
Well, I should think I'm none the worse for wear. No, nothing's broken or bruised.
Are you really going to be our mother?
Well, I'm not sure. Can you bake a cake?
Of course you can. Chocolate, 10 layers tall.
Can you tell us stories? The most wonderful stories of adventures in faraway places.
You sew up the holes in my stockings?
Well, I brought my sewing kit. Can you... Yes?
Tuck us in at night?
I should love to. Yeah! I guess that means I'm your mother.
And we'll show you our cave.
You live in a cave? Really?
Safest place from the pirates and Indians.
Smashing! Are there really pirates and Indians?
They fought to the death right here, not 10 minutes ago.
Are you coming, Peter?
Oh, I'll be along, Wendy. I wouldn't want to miss a story.
Will I get a sword?
Only the tallest get swords. What about me? What about me?
How about a dagger? Nice and sharp.
I think I should like that very, very much.
Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell. That was not a very nice thing to do. Wendy, is too a very nice girl? Of course I don't like her more than you. Unless you do something like that again. Do you hear me, Tink? I won't like you at all if you do something like that again. And don't sit there pouting. Pouting's for babies.
Well, now, they've found a mother. I wonder what Captain Hook will have to say about this.
lesson.
I thought we were going to have a picnic.
You said that's why we were going to the lagoon.
Oh, I have a picnic right here.
Oh, good. I'm ever so hungry. Did he make sandwiches like he did last night or the night before?
They were so delicious.
And my stomach is growling so much, I can't hear myself think.
But we must finish our lessons before we have fun.
I don't think I like lessons.
Don't be silly, John. You've always loved school.
Have we gone to school?
Of course. A real school with desks in rows and a proper blackboard and a teacher who carried a ruler.
I can't remember.
I can't imagine you could be so forgetful. All right, everyone. Question 1. What color were your mother's eyes?
What if we don't know the answer?
Well, then just put a check mark. All right. Question 2. Which is taller, father or mother? What song did mother sing at bedtime? What did father always say when he couldn't tie his tie? All right, let's see what you've got. They're all check marks. And you too. Oh, John, you haven't answered one question.
I can't remember.
Can't we please have something to eat?
I'm starving!
Go take the basket and set up a picnic on that hill.
That's not fair. I should carry it.
Why should you?
Because what is well, she's something to me.
You're just saying that, John.
You're a lost boy, just like the rest of us.
Aren't you hungry, Peter?
I think you make a fine mother, Wendy. All the lost boys have taken to you.
I'm glad. And what about you?
I think you make a fine picnic lunch.
Is that all?
What more would there be?
Don't you want a mother too?
What would I need a mother for? They do nothing but stop you from having fun. I like to be able to get up when I want, go to bed when I want, eat what I want, fight whomever I please, and laugh as loud as I like.
Oh, don't you ever miss...
No! I never miss any of it! So there! I think I'll fly up to that cloud and see how many birds I can pick off. They're terrified of me, you know. Oh, look who's here. And what have you been up to, Tink? Oh, is that so? A great fight?
Who's had a great fight?
The pirates and Indians. And who won? The pirates? Well, I wouldn't have guessed that. Oh, they are, huh?
They are what?
The Indians have run off to Blackberry Mountain, where they're building a new village. Yes, it's a picnic lunch. Help yourself. I think I'll fly up to Blackberry Mountain to help Great Big Little Panther set up his tepee.
Peter, look there!
Pirates!
Well, now, come this way, my dear.
What will you do with me?
Well, now, we're just gonna have you sit by this rock.
There, you'll wait. Till the tide comes in, the water's going to get higher and higher and higher.
You want me to drown?
Well, now, that's Captain Hook's idea, my dear, not ours.
You could let me go if you want. My father would be most grateful.
He will he?
He'll give you anything you ask for.
That's so.
Well, now, that's a very tempting offer, but I'm afraid Captain Hook wouldn't like us anymore if we let you go. And if she doesn't like us, she'll hunt us down until she finds us, and then we walk the plank.
Aye, it's just as Smee says.
Peter, we must save Tiger Lily.
Ahoy there, you lubbers! Captain, is that you?
Starkey? Aye, Captain. What are you two doing?
We're tying the princess to a rock like you asked, ma'am.
Oh, set her free. Free?
Cut those ropes and let her go! But Captain... At once, do you hear? Or I'll plunge my hook into you!
been practicing for just such an occasion as this.
Peter, I think it's about time we head home and take your medicine. Oh, good afternoon, Captain. You're looking very well today.
What are you two doing?
Captain, are you all right?
Where's the princess? The tide's about to come in!
You told us to let her go, ma'am.
You fools! You ingrates! You landlubbers!
Well, now, she sighs.
She sighs again.
What's up, Captain?
The game's up, haven't you noticed? The boy's hair is combed. There are no more holes in their socks. They say, yes, ma'am, and no thank you.
What does it mean?
They found a mother.
What's a mother?
You don't want to know. It's a lovely creature who will melt your heart into doing just what she wants you to do.
What does she want you to do?
Study your lessons. Eat your peas. Clean your room. And worst of all, be polite.
Well, now, that's terrible.
There'll be no more fun in Neverland. No more fights because they'll get their pants dirty. No more yelling because they'll wake the baby birds. No more fun because Mother says so.
But Captain, you can't let that happen.
What can I do?
Well, now, I'm sure a person of your rotten, cruel disposition could think of something diabolical.
Stop flattering me, even if you are right.
Captain?
Shh. Starkey, I'm thinking.
Captain,
Hush! A genius is at work.
But Captain, you'll drown.
I've got it! All we have to do is get rid of the mother! And then we can get rid of Peter Pan! And we'll have the island to ourselves! Well, I'll congratulate myself, even if you don't.
well, now, Captain, we'll fetch the boat to rescue you.
Boat? Rescue me? What for? Oh, you fools! Why didn't you warn me? Get back here! Get the boat! Get the boat!
Tick-tock, tick-tock,
Oh no!
tick-tock,
Oh no!
tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock.
Get away from me! You don't want to eat me! I'm all tough and stringy!
Tick-tock, 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 tick-tock.
The prince walked ever so slowly towards the crystal coffin that sat in the middle of the forest. The 7 dwarves all kneeling around the coffin, their heads bowed, their hands folded in prayer.
Snow White can't be really dead.
Look at that. Toothless is a big baby.
Yeah, he's crying.
Don't worry. It will turn out all right.
You're spoiled.
Oh, go on, Wendy. What happens next?
I'll bet the prince kisses her and she wakes up and they ride off into the sunset, happy as 2 pirates with a pint.
Oh, Pans, you spoiled the ending.
Is that what happens?
I hope so. I don't want Snow White to stay dead forever.
That's exactly what happens. You must have heard the story before, Pans.
Who would have told it to me?
We don't have a mother.
Well, except for you, Wendy.
Since Pans were in the story, tell us another, Wendy.
How about an adventure instead? We haven't had a good fight in over an hour. I'm sure the pirates are itching for some sword play.
No, Peter. Another story, Wendy.
Please, we like your stories so much.
I don't know, Tink. They're all growing lazy on me, I think. I know you'll go with me, but it's much more fun with everyone.
I'm too tired.
The fish pie float was so good. I still can't move.
You're such a good cook, Wendy.
You'll stay with us always, won't you?
That's a very, very long time, Nibs.
But it feels like we've always been here.
Oh, well, I'll tell you one more story, and then we must go out to play. Does that suit you, Peter?
As long as it's a short one.
Very well. There once was a gentleman.
I'd rather he be a little boy.
Or better, a white rat.
And there was a lady.
But she's not dead, is she?
She's alive, very much so. Now, the gentleman's name was Mr. Darling, and the lady's name was Mrs. Darling.
Funny. I think I knew them.
They were married, you know, to each other. And what do you think they had?
White rats.
Of course not. They had 3 descendants.
What is a descendant?
Children. So they had 3 children?
This does sound a bit familiar.
And they had a very faithful nurse, Nana.
So far, it's a wonderful story, Wendy.
It is, isn't it? And they lived in a large house and had a splendid nursery with a large window that opened up at night so that moonlight could come in.
Are they there now?
Oh no, they flew away one night.
That's silly. Children can't fly.
Oh, but they did. And they landed on a wonderful island and had many adventures. There were pirates and Indians and all sorts of creatures in the forest. But then the children began to miss their mother and father.
Do I have a mother and father?
Of course not. That's why you're a lost boy.
What happened to the children, Wendy?
Well, they decided they wanted to fly back to the nursery.
But what if the window was closed and locked? That would be awful!
They wouldn't be able to get in. But the girl who was the oldest knew that her mother would always leave the window open because she knew in her heart that they would be coming back.
That was a splendid story.
I wonder if there's a window open waiting for me.
Stuff and nonsense.
What is it, Peter? You look terribly ill.
You're wrong about mothers, Wendy. Like you, I thought my mother would leave a window open for me. So I flew away and stayed away for moons and moons and moons. But when I finally flew back, the window was closed and locked, and there was another little boy sleeping in my bed.
Are you sure mothers are really like that, Peter?
Cross my heart and hope to die.
Wendy, let's go home.
I want to go too.
Yes, we will.
Not tonight.
We'll leave at once. Mother's probably sure we're never coming back now. Peter, will you make the necessary arrangements?
If you wish. Tink. Oh, stop it!
But you can't go, Wendy!
It'll be so much worse than before you came.
Now we know what it's like to have a mother.
Please don't leave us!
Who will tell us stories?
Look, it's fish pies.
I have an idea. Come quick!
We ought to wash our faces and hands before we leave.
Are you sure the window will be open for us?
I don't have to wash behind my ears, do I?
I think it's a very good idea, Toodles.
What's Peter going to say?
Oh, be quiet, Tink. It's none of your business.
Just because you hate Wendy doesn't mean we all have to.
She is the only mother we ever had.
There, now you two both look splendid.
3, 2, 1!
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh dear, I'm afraid this is quite a problem.
Let me go, let me go!
Boys.
We aren't going to let Wendy leave. We would miss her stories too much.
And their socks would never be mended.
and we never have another fish pie.
I know you want to take them home, Tink, and the Indians are ready to lead them ashore. But it looks like my boys have other ideas.
You can't go, Wendy.
Please don't.
But I can't stay tied up. I wouldn't be able to mend your socks or bake a fish pie this way.
I have an idea. Let's take them with us.
That'd be great fun.
You're right, John. I'm sure we can find a mother and father to adopt you.
Our very own mother and father?
You don't need them.
But it would be nice to have someone to tuck us in at night.
And leave the window open for us.
What say you, boys?
Yeah! Oh, all right. Go on. Have it your way. Go with them and find a mother and father. But don't come crawling back to me when you want an adventure or two.
Now, Peter, before we go, I want you to take your medicine.
I don't have to listen to you. You're not my mother.
Very well. I'll leave it here. Say goodbye, boys. I shall miss you, Peter.
Oh, great big little panther, look.
A detour? Why a detour?
This is the only path leading to the shore. And look, the arrow points up.
This is most curious.
What's this?
Tink says she thinks it's a trap.
Who would set a trap?
Well, Peter went there.
But he didn't want us to leave.
What about Hook? This could be dangerous.
Let Wendy and the Lost Boys stay here while we go on to investigate.
Now that is a great idea, great big little panther.
We will take this detour cautiously. Be ready to fight.
Well, we want to come and fight too.
I've got a dub between my pen! There won't be any need. If we're gonna find you a mother and father, you're gonna need to look clean and presentable when we arrive.
We'll guard Wendy while you're gone.
Nothing happened to us.
Come, we go see what's up.
Wacky, wacky, wap, oh, 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 wacky, wacky, wap, oh, 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 wacky, wacky, wap, oh, 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 wacky, wacky, wap, oh, oh, oh.
Why, John, darling, your sock is unraveling. Soon there won't be any left on your foot.
Will you sew it up for me?
For now, we'll just have to stop it from unraveling. There.
Gee, now we gotta sit and wait for hours.
I'm bored already.
And I'm hungry all of a sudden.
Children, when we get home, you're gonna need to learn some good manners. Maybe this would be a good time to start.
What are manners?
Things like, don't slurp your soup.
Don't use your sleeve to wipe your mouth.
And don't blow your nose in public.
And don't laugh with your mouth full of milk.
Well, it sounds like a list of don't do this.
And don't do that. Well, you don't want to act like a monkey in front of people, do you?
What's wrong with monkeys?
Nothing a bath and a shave and a proper education couldn't cure. Now, When you meet someone, you are to bow and say, "How do you do? I'm pleased to meet you."
How do you do?
I'm pleased to meet you.
Let's try that now with a bow from the waist.
How do you do? I'm pleased to meet you.
All right, let's do it again and bow this time like you did before. How do you do? I'm pleased to meet you.
How do you do? I'm pleased to meet you.
Turn and say it again. How do you do? I'm pleased to meet you. Well, I didn't hear you. Oh dear, I'm afraid we're not pleased to meet any of you. How do you do? Oh, you certainly look dashing, Captain Hook.
But you're the one who appears to be dashing.
Yes, sorry we can't stay. We're on our way home, so we won't be bothering you any longer. Come along, boys.
Actually, you're not going anywhere but to our ship. Am I right, ladies?
Well, now, that seems to be the plan. Aye, Captain.
And just what do you intend to do with us?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
There's that nasty firefly again.
Ugh, that's no firefly.
That's Peter Pan's friend.
And where is Pan?
We'll never tell you.
Take him, ladies. Put him in shackles.
And where'll you be, Captain?
Getting rid of Peter Pan once and for all.
Pirate's life, a flag of stolen bones, a merry hour, a hempen rope, and hay for Davy Jones. Oh, Peter! Watch out! Peter!
Lucky me. A thread leading that way. I'll bet right to Peter Pan. This is so much easier than I thought. Why, I'm almost disappointed.